Good evening, SRA Nation, and welcome to Season 12.
Today is going to be a new challenge, aside from being Sanford. We're racing on the surface of the sun, apparently.
Heading down towards the main start line.
Maximizing that track just behind. That's exactly what we were talking about. That one corner. So critical to your lap time. You have to send it. Misses the apex curving there by a little bit.
Everybody's now bunched up, and you do not want that.
Rewind now at the intersection one in the spot you really don't want to, but the fight's not over.
Still there on the inside, and the McLaren's still not going to give the place up.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is SRA Season 13, Division 5, Round 8. We're here at Valencia. My name is Henry Ramy Ramirez, and alongside me, I got Mr. Matt Anderson and Robert Lacey, who's going to join me pretty soon here. Matt, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Short and to the point, we're ready to go for the last race of Season 13, Lucky 13. What do you think about that?
I think it's good times, man. I think it's going to be the best time ever.
We got a tight race that is shaping up here, which we'll be telling you about here coming up shortly. What else do you have to set us off into, Henry?
All right, we're going to go over the season calendar just because we have to and might as well. And then we'll go over the track map, and then we'll do some standings here, and then we'll get on our way and see what the heck everybody else is doing.
I think everybody wants to know. It'll be a good catch up on our season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's check out the season calendar. So for the calendar, we've done 8 rounds. We're here. We're at Valencia. Final round. It is a nighttime track, so it's going to be a good time. So, I mean, I've driven in the night. It's kind of hard. What about yourself, Matt?
Yeah, it's going to be a party with the lights off.
Yeah. So everybody is going to second guess the break points and all that stuff. So if they haven't practiced it yet, it's going to be a horror.
Yeah, also, there's like hardly any, if not no, lights on this track.
Yeah, I think you were right. Somebody else said that the other day, and I was like, "What? Yeah. No."
Yep, it's going to be interesting. However, Valencia is a very flat track, though, so at least we don't have a lot of, elevation gain coming up over a hill or something, and into a car. So you got good sight lines through this track.
Yeah, buddy. And then the other thing I was going to do was the track map. So let's take a look at the track map. Today we're at Circuit Ricardo Tormo. It is in Valencia, Spain. It's about 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers for all you European fellows, and then it's got 14 corners. The temperature today is going to be 22 Celsius for ambient, and then the track temperature is going to be about 23 Celsius. The track was built in '99. It was primarily used for motorcycle racing and car racing. MotoGP Valencia is a famous event, along with the World Touring Car Championship, GT World Challenge Europe as well. A couple signature features. We got a stadium style layout with excellent spectator visibility, which we're going to be seeing today with all the camera angles and everything. Let's see if we don't fire any ACC camera people. We got turn 1, which is pretty hectic sometimes. It's a long start finish straight, and then they get down to turn 1. It's going to be a tight left-hander, and it requires a late apex for optimal speed. Then we got turn 2, who's got Curva Michelin. Then turn 3 is Curva Angel Nieto, which is basically Angel. Nieto would be not cousin, but god son, no, something like that, or niece. Sorry, niece and nephew.
You know better than me.
Yeah, and then we got a Curva Aspar for number 4, the medium speed right-hander. Turn 5 is a hard braking zone 2. Turn 6 is another left-hander. Turn 7 we got Curva Champion, and then turn 8 we got Ferrari, which is a fast right-hander leaning into the back straight. Then turn 9 is Aspar. It's a tight left, requiring careful braking and patience. Then the important last and final turn, we're going to skip all the way down to 14 because that's Curva Champion or Champy. It's the final left hand leading onto the main straight. That's a pretty big heavy braking zone going into there. Look for some people to mess it up going from 13 to 14. Go for it, my boss man.
I was gonna say, yeah. The good thing is on Curva Champy that there's a decent amount of runoff if you do screw it up, but you will still get a track cut.
Yeah, that's the only part that sucks.
Yep.
And then,
as a matter of fact, go ahead, please.
Nope, you go for it, sir. I'll wait after you.
All I was going to mention is that there are plenty of opportunities here where, in order to be fast, you gotta. It almost feels like you're, cutting the track, but you're not until you do. So, right? At least that's the way it feels for me with this track. Is that I know I have to turn in hard to be able to get through to create a nice straight line through the corner, and then what do you know? You just got a track cut, and you swear that you didn't the last time around doing it exactly the same way. So that's probably the way it should play out for these drivers as well. Depending, I think we might actually see a couple stop-go 30s. That's just my guess.
That would be crazy, to be honest, and I'm here for it.
Depends on who it is, especially with how tight some of the points or standings are going now into our final race.
Correct. And then the other thing that I was going to look at was the people driving today and then the standings. So let's go ahead and do the standings real quick. Drivers first. Take it away, Matt.
You betcha. Very important here. These are the driver standings after 7 of 8 rounds. So this is the final round of season 13 for Division 5 and SRA for the GT3 Team Series. Starting with number 1, Austin Townsend with 496 points. Shane Transu only 7 points behind. Kevin Naples in third, 463, only 33 points behind. Tyler Martin, 445. Mike Heisner, 389. Ramon Lorenzo with 357 points. Jaro Caval with 347 points. Number 8, Michael McWeezerson with 345. 9, Simon Barnes with 334. And rounding out the top 10 is Thomas Reg, who is also our top silver driver, coming in at 332 points. As for the rest of the standings going down the list, you have 11, Stephen Pellerin, 12, Jeff Thompson, 13, Edward Ryan, 14, Dario Ferrer, 15, Ryan Van Epps, 16, Thomas Ma, 17, Roger Dismukes, 18, Cesare Penkowitz, 19, Brian Banks, and rounding out the top 20, Alan Lung. Do we want to see the rest? Or do you want me to keep going?
We're gonna go ahead and get into qualifying. Sorry, I had my mic muted for a second there.
Sorry.
But,
I was like, well, I could keep listing off everybody if we want, but I can see that the silver drivers are on track.
Yes, sir. Let's get to that. All right, and we're off on track. We're following Dario Ferrer, TC8 right now. He's a silver driver currently, one of the first ones to be doing a lap.
While they're doing that, I wanted to let's see here. Dario Ferrer is actually, let me read this. He is in 4th place for the silver class, car number 122. Did rather well for himself, but he's far enough back, it is quite the long shot for him to pull off a championship win here today. Not impossible, sitting in fourth, but just a bit back. For the rest of the silver class right now, with the drivers that we want to watch, that's going to be Thomas Reg, who only needs to finish position 5 or higher to secure the title. Stephen Pellerin, who's only 23 points behind, he's got to win and have Reg finish P6 or lower. Edward Ryan, at 44 points behind, is mathematically out of contention. So really it's just between Reg and Pellerin today for the silver drivers. Speaking of which, Reg just put down a 1:33.492, which is good enough for second place, but look who's got the fastest lap at this time. That happens to be Pellerin with a 1:33.335. So just about 1/10 up on Reg, but we're still pretty early in the qualifying here. Interesting to note, looking at the track, it is at optimum already, 21 degrees Celsius track and air temperature.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I'm here. I was just taking care of a little note. I was trying to figure out why the heck my little standing things didn't show up, and now they did. So we got that taken care of now.
I felt so alone here in the booth.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And then you were gone. I was scared. Scared and alone.
My bad, man. My bad.
No, you're all good, my man.
Anyways, we're here, and Dario Ferrer is on the top of the charts right now, 132.980. Let's go on board with number 103 of Ryan Clark. Let's see what he's doing, what kind of time he puts down. Ryan Clark gets topped out by Roger Dismukes as well, and Brian Banks, who's up there. And then let's go with the 722 of Thomas Reg. Thomas Reg crossing the line here. He's in third. Does he do anything to get better?
He's 5/10 up right now.
Bam!
And he just takes over the provisional pole.
And that's what we like to see.
Absolutely. You know, he's not taking quite as much of turn one there as I would expect, at least out on that last lap, because generally the way to take that, that being Curva Aspar, I believe. Is that wrong?
I think so.
Well, no, it says here Curva Duhan. Sorry, I'm still learning this track. For those of you who know it better than me, I do apologize. But what I do know is that for turn number one, you want to be out kind of half the car onto the stripes, dive in, just touch the inside curb, but go way out onto the curb on exit. As long as your tires, as I recall, as long as they your outside tires stay on the stripes, you are not going to invalidate your lap or take a track cut. And that's really the way you want to do it for a big, long, smooth exit.
Right now, Dario Ferrer topped Thomas Reg. He's at a 132.490. And then coming in, Richard Mack, coming up through the last turn. We're going into the start-finish straight. He's in 8th right now. He's currently up on time. Let's see where he puts himself. Still in 8th place, but still all right. Dario Ferrer right now currently on a lap. He's about 3/10 up on his personal best lap, which should put him at a 32.2 or at least a 32.1, but now dropping a little bit more time. But hopefully we'll see faster laps as we go on. Other people that are up currently, Dan Thibodeau in 7th place is up 3/10 right now. He's in number 44. He's behind Dario Ferrer. So once Dario Ferrer gets through here, we'll go on board with Dan Thibodeau, and then we'll see what he does.
And looking at the overall timings here, we can see that we have two silver drivers, Mummery and Pinkowitz, that have still not left the pit. I haven't seen the penalty sheet, but they might have quality bans.
I will take a look at that for you right now, actually.
Or pit lane start, one of the two. While you're looking at that, we have 2 minutes left to go, so we got about one more lap, maybe two, for our silver drivers here as they are attempting to put down their fast laps. Reg is up 0.7 of a second on his best lap right now, which would put in, well, without a takeover provisional pole, he's up almost 1 second now. As we are coming down the start-finish straight, is he able to do it? And that's going to take provisional pole with a 1:32, 1:52. That's a heck of a lap right there.
That's a lap.
Yep, up 0.3 on number 2 of Ferrer. 0.8 on Clark, almost a full second on Pellerin. So, looks like Reg has come to say, this is my championship. I'm taking it.
Yeah, right now, the only other person up right now, currently up 0.2, is going to be Steven right now in the Aston Martin. He's in 4th. So let's see if he can actually do something here, coming out of this long right-hander here of turn number, I believe this is 12 that we're going
that's
into.
What he needs. He's up 0.3. Yep, coming through the, well, into Curva Campos right now, the last turn 14. Oh, yep, looks like he held on and didn't invalidate. But it looks like he also lost time coming out of that corner.
Back into turn 1 we go, and now that's going to be about done. They're going to be doing one last lap here.
Last lap, yeah. And you know, honestly, Pellerin is, I'm sorry, Ferrer was 0.3 back. Pellerin was 0.9 back. So even if he had held on to that 0.3 up, he still would have been a full half second back from Reg.
Right now, Ferrer's up 0.4.
Ferrer is, oh yeah, so okay, so Ferrer could be taking over. Where's he at on the track? He's just coming. Turn number 8. I really need to work on the turn names on this track. I am sorry.
Don't worry, I do too.
Yep. I know he's going through Curva Chumpy Herreros right now. As we come around the big left-hand curve and then down into Curva Campos, I think.
I believe so.
I've got 2 different lists here, so I apologize on that. I'm kind of confused.
This is Campos.
I've got conflicting information.
Bam! Puts himself up into first place, 132.122 for Dario there.
Look at that, by 0.03 of a second.
And then the number 103 of Ryan Clark is up 0.4 right now, and Stephen Pellerin in the 164, who's coming through as well. Stephen puts himself up. Nope, Ryan Clark puts himself up into P3 right now. The 910 coming through. Brian Banks is in 5th and is good enough for 5th. The 722 is coming around. Where do they put themselves? We'll take a look. Thomas Reg not being able to clinch first place, but being done here. And then I believe Sergio Lindo is one of the first white banners coming through now.
So for our gold drivers there, Henry, Austin Townsend is on top of the board right now. We have a very tight championship race here between Townsend and Transu. With only 7 points separating the two. So Townsend needs P2 or higher if Transu wins. So if Transu ends up in first, Townsend has got to come in second. There's no room for error there. On the flip side of that, in order for well, same thing for Transu to win. Like if he's got to win, then Townsend's got to be third place or back. So super tough. In third there, Kevin Naples, 33 points behind. He's got to win and hope that Townsend and Transu finish P7 or below. And then for Tyler Martin, who's in 4th, 51 points behind, this is the long shot here. He's got to win and have both Townsend and Transu finish outside of the top 10. So long odds if you want to put your money down in Vegas, but I think all eyes are going to be on Townsend and Transu, which basically have to finish right next to each other. Well, I should say for Transu to win, I should say. Other than that, it's Townsend's championship to lose.
What about the teams?
That is a good question. For the team information, for Division 5, right now, Chuck Leclerc Racing is leading with 934 points, followed by Crash Test Dummies with 853 points. In third is Champion Motorsports Barely Moving Rex of 756 points. So I'm not sure. That's a little bit more of a spread there, and quite honestly, I don't have on my list who Townsend, Transu, Reg, and Pellerin actually are racing for. I apologize. I can get that information for you here.
I will get, yeah. Well, you look that up. Well, right now on the board, we've had a couple movers going up and down here. Tyler Martin's up in first place right now with a 132.042. In second place, we got Austin Townsend and Sergio Lindo right now, who's going to be one of the first people to cross the line after doing that lap. He's up 4/10 right now. 8/10 up is Jeff Thompson as well in the 921. He's in the BMW, I believe. And he's behind Sergio Lindo. So let's see what Sergio Lindo could do as he comes around the last corner here. Turn 14, Campos. Let's go on board with him. He's up 5/10 currently, so that should put him up there.
Put him into the top 10. And hey, by the way, got the answer on the championship in the teams here. Chuck Leclerc, who is in first, is Shane Transu and Tyler Martin. So with Crash Test Dummies in second place being Austin Townsend and Ramon Lorenzo.
Nice.
Third, Champion Motorsports, Barely Moving Rex, is Thompson and Naples. So I'd say, with it being so tight between Austin and Transu, if they both have a decent race, it looks like, Chuck Leclerc Racing is in a pretty good place to be able to take the team championship for the season. But anything could happen. If Transu and Martin were to not have a good race, Townsend and Lorenzo could still take over the team championship.
Dang. That's insane.
It's close. It's close. We got a good race here tonight.
Yeah, we do. We'll be on the lookout for that. We'll make sure to check back in with you on the numbers there because I lost track of all the numbers already.
Hey, I just read them off,
Yeah. No. You do more than that. You do more than that. Get out of here.
I'm not doing the Rain Man here. I can't do it on the fly. Okay.
We could have just pretended like you did, though.
No, I'm too honest for that. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at for times now while I was reading off all those numbers?
So right now, currently the big time right now is a 132.0. Tyler Martin holds it down right now as he comes through for another lap. 131.077 is what he's got. The 703 of Alex Stopa is coming through next, but not up. Mike Heisner's up 9/10 right now. He's currently up a second as he's going through turn 11 right now. But let's take a look at anybody else that's closer, like the 968 of Sergio or Kevin Nepal's. Sorry, that's not who I wanted to check on because they went up. 968, where are you at? Is in 12th place, and they were up a 10th as they come through. Nope, they're in turn 6. Let's go back to 229. Mike Heisner putting himself up into 8th place now.
I'm just impressed looking at the times here as we were talking about Townsend and Transu that they are separated by 1/10 of a second.
That's insane.
Well, 1.5 tenths of a second, right? So a little bit, I'd say a much tighter gap than we have in the silver drivers between Reg and Pellerin, who are separated by a half a second. Now, mind you, raw speed is not pace. It is also not luck. But, it does give you it gives me an idea, I would think, of how close the racing should be between Townsend and Transu. They both obviously put in their time this last week, and we're going to come prepared for the final race. I would, wouldn't you?
I would. I definitely would.
Yeah, that's probably all I've been doing all week, running laps.
You know, I ran laps on Sunday and then I said, nope, I'm out. I'm over it. But then I was supposed to run laps today and I didn't. Alex Stopa, right now, currently up a second, puts himself up into 13th place. Taking a look at another driver, the number 921 of Jeff Thompson, who comes around the last corner, turn 14, Campos. We're going to see where he's at right now. He's at 18th. Where can he put himself? Puts himself up into 16th. And then Sergio Lindo coming around the last corner, or no, he's coming around turn 6. So let's go back to the 229 of Mike Heisner. Let's see if he's got himself up there or if that is it. Does not improve, stays 10th.
Speaking of not improving, I was going to say, I wouldn't worry too bad about not running all those laps for the season finale at Kailami last season. I put in a lot of laps trying to secure that championship, and I still threw it all away. So don't feel bad. I had a 4-point difference, and yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking. But you know what? That's the way it goes. That's racing for you. So
right now with 40.
Yep. Go ahead.
Right now with 40 seconds left to go, Sergio Lindo is going to pass the start-finish straight right now to get on board with another lap. He's currently P11, not improving right now, but he's going to be doing something hopefully on this last lap. This is the final lap. 24 seconds left to go. We'll see who crosses the line last. Simon Barnes puts himself out right now. He's yellow. He decided that's it. He's done with it. I don't think he wants to go anymore. The 921 of Jeff Thompson coming around the last corner too. Let's see where he goes. Does he go from 16th to anywhere? No, it doesn't look like anybody else is improving right now, and everybody's just kind of ducking out. Tyler Martin is currently up at 10th, and then he's dropping down to 10th. Ever so slightly. The 229 of Mike Heisner is done. So
you know, with Transu or with Martin on top there in provisional pole, it looks like it's going to be his. And Transu in third, them both being teammates in Chuck Leclerc. I think they're also pretty prepared to take home that team championship.
Yeah, Sergio Lindo up 5/10 right now, coming through turn 13. He lost a lot there, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make it up. He's in 11th. So as soon as he crosses the line, we'll go to the next guy, who's the number 716, who's behind him. That's Tyler Martin. Tyler Martin decides he is done, I believe. Yes, Sergio Lindo doesn't improve.
No, he does. He just fought his way into the top 10 and
nice. Nice. I did not see that. And Austin Townsend decides to come in. The 162 of Ramon Lorenzo up 2/10 right now, coming through the last turn. It's 966 and 162 left to go. The 162 crossing the finish line.
Does that get him into the top 10?
11.
So close.
So close.
Cobalt. Yeah.
Let's give you the second round of the standings.
Oh boy, yeah, of course. The second round, we're going to keep going. I see. In 27th position, we have JP May. 28th, Alex Stopa. 29, Pakagini. 30, Rodericks. 31, Hemian. 32, Farrell. 33, Lindo. 34, Unda. 35, Bahem. 36, Bubo. 37, Donahue. 38, Gilchrist. 39, Marr. 40th, Cameron. 41st, Smith. 42nd, Mancini. 43rd, Enriquez. 44, Nichols. And 45, not going to race here anymore because both of the two last ones have 0 points. So I don't think they raced at all, did they?
I don't think so. Now, team standings.
Team standings, as we've been talking about. Number 1, Chuck Leclerc Racing with Shane Transu and Tyler Martin. Number 2, Crash Test Dummies of Austin Townsend and Ramon Lorenzo, only 81 points behind. They could pull it off. It's going to be difficult. In third place, Champion Motorsports, barely moving, Jeff Thompson and Kevin Naples. In fourth, ZDR Boys, Dismukes and Heisner. Fifth, Santa's Slayers, Barnes and Thibodeau. 6th, Midpack Mafia, OBDA, Hemian and Koval. 7th, MHR Audis Coming For Us, Long and Ma. 8th, Baseline Racing, Odd Life Motorsport, Farrell and Reg, who could take it away for the silver championship tonight. 9th, TC8 Racing, Didi Hernandez Ferrer. And rounding out the top 10, Polar Extreme of Richard Mack and Brian Banks. Yes.
All right. So with that being done there, we're going to go ahead and
We're going to do some racing.
yeah, we're going to do some racing, but you know,
do some racing.
we're going
right.
to take care of a little bit of a scene here so that we can get on. Just a reminder, everybody, it's going to be nighttime. So when we get back in, don't think that we forgot to turn the lights on, but it's going to be night and it's going to be dark and it's going to be a good time.
Are we going to go to a message from our fine sponsors?
Not really, because we're going to have actually, yeah, let's go to a message from our fine sponsors actually.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specialising in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
Sounds like a plan. And we're back and just in time, coming into turn 14 of Campos as they get ready to go here. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. Oh, this heli scene doesn't do me any justice. Here we go.
YouTube looks pretty good.
And then they're off. We're off for round number 8, your season finale, and we're off. Tyler Martin gets a good start. Transu dropping back now. Rexy going there on the inside. There goes Kevin DePaul's in the BMW. Into turn 1 we go, into Aspar, then into turn 2. Got a little bit of a thing going on in the back. Simon Martin's dropping back down to 7th right now, as we see Townsend trying to get in on turn number 1 here in Duhan. Coming up into turn 3, Tyler Martin's got a good little lead off, and Kevin DePaul's has taken P3 away from Austin Townsend, and we do have a little bit of a thing happening back there, and it's going off.
We do. We got a mess in the back.
Yes, we do. We'll take a look at it right now after this first lap as we get through. Right now, Tyler Martin enjoying a 1.3 second lead now on everybody. Kevin Paul's now running down Shane Transu as he gets up side to side now as we come through turn number 10, and Shane trying to do everything in his power to keep Kevin behind him. Kevin Paul's with an electric start. He's trying to do everything he can in his power to get up there. He's trying to steal this win away from them in the BMW as they come through turn 13, now into 14. Shane Transu under attack here. You gotta wonder if he's gonna protect this or just let him go, because he's gonna have a suck going all the way up to turn 1. Let's see what he does as they come through. Tyler Martin in P1 right now. It's Shane Transu P2. Kevin Paul's P3, Townsend in 4, Koval in 5th, and there he comes around the outside into turn 1. Tries to show the dummy, see if he can scare him off. He does not. And as we go through lap number 1 here, we're going to go ahead and take a look back real quick in a second to see if Kevin Pauls does something here. I don't want to go away from the action here just because Kevin is so dang close to him. Let's go on to that splitter cam and look at how beautiful that splitter cam looks, especially with the night lights on.
Yeah,
and
it is definitely a dark track other than that.
Super dark. You were right about those lights not being on.
Somebody was right about it. I just read it. but I did remember this track being quite dark at night.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough.
You know, I'd say we're definitely getting what we had hoped for here, with Martin in first, Transu in second, Naples in third, and Townsend in fourth. I mean, those are your top 4 gold class drivers right now. With Townsend, as we'd mentioned, Townsend has to be P2 or higher if Transu wins, and Transu is 2 positions ahead of him right now. So that would be, if we end up even close to what we're looking at right now after 2 laps, that's a win for Transu. And I wonder if Martin's, what's part of the strategy here? Because Martin, for instance, would need to win and Townsend and Transu to both finish outside of the top 10. I don't think that's probably going to happen. So as we start to get into the pit strategy midway through, do we also start talking about team strategy? Martin holding up Townsend a little bit? I think it's entirely possible.
I think so too. Let's take a look at that first lap accident. We're on board Simon Barnes right now. This was lap 1, just to let everybody else know what's going down here. There's a couple accidents we got to go through here for lap 1. So this is the first one, getting tapped in the rear there and then getting straightened out. Wow, somebody else spinning out there, but then everybody else taking a dive there. The 968 also was in a little bit of a touchy touch. 968 of Sergio Lindo here. Oh, and just
and the other one just kind of lost the rear end, and
yeah. And then the 162 of Ramon Lorenzo. Oh, this is the same one. Sorry, folks. Trying to filter through everything right now.
Looking at the stats here, I think the person who got hurt the worst in that incident right off the bat was Ferrer, number 122. He is currently down 14 positions from where he qualified, and he was down 16 positions, I think. So yeah, that was awful painful. Lindo and Pellerin also down 5 spots. Pellerin, just as a reminder there, would need to win and have Reg finish P6 or lower. Well, right now Reg is up in 6th. Pellerin is down in 16th. He's got an awful lot of work to do in order to be able to make that a reality.
Yeah, and right now we're taking a look at a replay of what happened to the 555 right now. So that was in lap 1. Now we're back to live. Right now, Kevin Paul's losing out. No, he's still in P3, so he's still got Austin Townsend behind him. But let's go back to Sergio Lindo right now, who's currently 3/10 behind Alex Stopa right now. Put that splitter cam on. Bam. Here's your splitter cam. See how close we are to Alex Stopa as he goes on the inside there into turn number 8. Does he get it done? Sergio Lindo looked to have got done, but then dropping back again. So another turn, another day, another dollar, another try.
A little bit of back and forth cat and mouse going on there.
Yeah, and there goes, I believe that's our Mac right there that just went off. Yeah, that's Dan Thibodeau who just went off that we just saw. And then right now, Kevin DePauls and Austin Townsend fighting for their life right now. Austin trying to get through Kevin to pick up P3 again. He's trying to do some work here because, again, like my buddy Matt said, he needs to finish, what was that, P2 or higher?
For who?
For Austin Townsend?
Townsend needs to be P2 or higher if Shane Transfer wins. Basically, if Transfer wins, Townsend's got to cross the start finish right behind him.
Oof. All right.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is tough.
But Townsend is still, you know, on top right now. So once again, it's his to lose, you know, and he's in 4th. They're still, you know, and only 2 seconds behind Naples, well, 0.3 of a second behind Naples, and I guess 2 seconds behind Transu. That is plenty close enough. Mm-hmm. You know, he is still definitely in good fighting shape here. We've got 52 minutes left to go. So
now, the racer in you would say, I need to take Kevin DePauls now because I need to get up to Shane Transu, right? But at the same time, I feel like maybe if he just chills out and relaxes and takes it easy on the tires and doesn't fight Kevin DePauls too much now, he can make up for it later. But that's just me.
So I would think I would normally agree with you at Valencia if this was a daytime race. In the daytime, this track can really punish the tires and the heat. You got to manage it well, right? Mm-hmm. But at night, and now at 18 Celsius, you're going to get a little more leeway on how far you can push the car. With this track being the way it is, flat, plenty of runoff, places that you kind of, you know, you got to be aggressive with the cuts. I think I would be going for it now and just get it out of the way. Get that insurance, if you will, so you can kind of just start to relax, maybe hot lap a little bit, and try to, you know, keep pushing and at least stay in the top.
That makes sense. That does make sense, actually. I like that. I like that plan a lot better.
Well, it's the last race of the season. You know, this is where you got to go for it. If it's that tight, you you know, you can't afford any mistakes, and you can't afford to not be bold.
That is true.
It's rough, but that's the situation you know they're in.
Right now, Ramon Lorenzo is currently behind Brian Banks. He's as he gets a little squirrely there, coming around a turn number 11 or 10, trying to get in on Brian Banks here. I believe that is Austin Townsend's teammate because they're running the same livery, I believe. But also, Tyler Martin, just an update for you guys. He's in P1 and he's got a 4-second lead already on Shane Transu. So the team game, I'm not sure if that's going to apply today.
Well, just because he's pulling away, you know.
Yeah.
If you happen to be a fan of F1, I seem to remember, McLaren drivers, right? And now I'm blanking on the name. Chat, help me out here, but damn it, I can't get his name. But
Norris?
You know, had the Norris, Lando Norris, right? Had the team orders to be able to let you know, what was it, Piastri through, and before he did that, he said, I'm gonna put 5 seconds up on him and show him that I got this.
Scary times.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, he proved his point.
That is true. Back on board with Ramon Lorenzo, trying to get in on P10 on the top 10 with Brian Banks here. If we go on board, we saw somebody off into the corner there. I'm not sure who that was, but bam! What a nice little scene we got going on here. Ooh, and Brian Banks getting a little squirrely coming out of that exit there in turn number 10, coming up into turn 11, now coming up into turn 12. Ramon Lorenzo getting a little greedy here, going over the speed bump and losing a little bit of time on it. But let's see if the suck works out for him, staying behind the McLaren up into turn 1. Oh, somebody in the pits. Who's that into the pits? That is Austin Townsend. Austin Townsend in the pits now.
No way.
Yup, in the pits now. So I'm not sure if something is wrong, but he's in the pits.
Is he going for some kind of serious undercut here?
It could be. Could be, sir.
I mean, 48 minutes left to go, only 12 minutes into the race. That is really early to pit unless you're having some kind of problems, unless he has, you know, done his practice and he knows that he can make the tires last that long. Once again, at night, totally possible here.
Very hard task.
Yeah, but no, here, I mean, at night, that should be easier.
Really? Okay.
You're not burning them up like a daytime race here. This is a different ball game, you know. So he might have done his homework here and said, you know what, I know I can make it last 45 minutes.
Or he just couldn't get around Kevin DePaul's.
Yep, a good point.
I feel like that was better. I feel like that's a better option there. He wasn't able to get it through on Kevin DePaul's, and now he's getting desperate and he wants to get through somehow. So what's the other way that you can get through? That's pit stop early.
Pit stop early and then hot lap it, hope for clean air. And if you look at the track map, he's got plenty of it right now. Austin being number 210 there.
Let's take a look at where he's at right now. 210. As he's coming around, he's got free air ahead of him. So does
25 seconds, between him and Dismukes. Go ahead.
Does this entice you to go faster and burn up your tires? Buckley, what is up, my buddy? How you doing?
That's right. Yeah, I you know what? I think you're right. Or maybe it's a combination of both of our thoughts. You know, maybe he knows he can make him last that long.
But
maybe
he's got
to. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He's got to stay in front of the leader because he's got the leader behind him, right? And the leader is not too far behind.
Well,
because right now, he's in turn 14, right? And the leader is coming into turn 14 right now. So if Tyler Martin, I don't know, man. I feel like this is like enticing here. Very enticing.
Let's look at this for instance. Townsend's fastest lap right now is a 1:32.902, where Martin's fastest lap right now is a 1:32.140. So Martin has 0.8 of a second on him fast lap wise. What that translates into pace wise is hard to say, but you know, if we're watching Martin sneaking up on him, that this could have been a very dangerous play.
Yeah, I think he's gonna sneak up on him.
I mean, I like the gutsy call though, like you were suggesting. Hit early, hot lap it out. If you can't get around the other guy, I mean, that is a viable strategy.
Very, very viable. And right now we got Paulie, I believe it is, saying let's go Kevin DePaul's and Jeff Thompson, Champion Motorsports. Thank you for joining us on the live stream there. And let's take a look at Kevin DePaul's. Let's give him some love and see where he's at right now. He is behind Shane Transu, 2.6 behind. And right now we got Jeff Thompson, who's 0.5 behind Alex Stopa, trying to get around Alex Stopa as well. So Transu is the bigger threat, right? So he has to just stay in front of him. Yeah, I think he is. I think you are right, Riley. So Jeff Thompson trying to get in on Alex Stopa here, but Jeff Thompson dropping back because Alex Stopa has taken that. Oh no, Jeff Thompson takes it back. Alex Stopa dropping back. Something's going on with Alex Stopa and Jeff Thompson. Why are we getting a meatball flag from? No idea. But that is a very lovely train that looks to be forming behind them. Check that out.
Yep, that's the biggest train we have on track right now. Everybody else is pretty well spread out.
The back of it is Sergio Lindo, and he's catching up. Team Townsend, says Riley. Let's take a look at Townsend.
It's not
Coming
over
through.
yet.
Yeah, coming through turn number 11 right now. And let's go back up to Cesare, because he's 0.5 in that train behind Alex Stopa. So he's trying to take something out of Alex Stopa. Steven Pellerin is behind him, and he looks to be wanting something as well. So let's take a look at that rear view.
You see that? We've already got our first drive-through with Stopa.
Oh no, Stopa with a drive-through.
Well, I had a feeling. Let's see how many more we get.
And Cesare losing out to Steven Pellerin and Dario TCA. Dario trying to make a recovery drive of his life right now. Stopa into the pits. Matt saying, let's go, Austin. Looks like we got a whole crowd here for Austin. So welcome. And this is SRA Season 13, Division 5 season finale at Valencia.
If you're just joining us, you're joining a good one.
Yep, that is true.
Season finale. We've got tight racing with several drivers here going for their championship. Austin, who's in first place, Austin Townsend right now in first place, going for the undercut. Transu and Martin at the top, going for silver and team championship combined. A lot of action here.
Yeah.
A lot of action here for our season finale of season 13. Lucky 13.
Dang. And it's only 6. It's a 6-point difference between Austin Townsend and Shane Transu. That is crazy. Oh yeah, 7. My bad. I can't do math today.
Hey, I'm the math guy. Because I read it on a sheet. Here I am. I'm prepared.
That's true. I can't read today.
Now, why do the math if you can read? Well,
that is true.
Oh boy, what was Barnes getting a little wiggly there? Did I see?
I believe so, but the 716 of Tyler Martin right now, it looks to be that he's gaining in on the 210 of Austin Townsend. Austin Townsend now up into 18th. So he passed Richard Mack and Alex Stopa, but in that time of passing, it looks like Tyler Martin has gained a little bit on him. So take a look at the track map that we have over on the right hand corner just below our sponsors. You'll see the number 210 highlighted in red, and then you'll see that triangle, and that triangle is represented by the number 716, and that is our leader Tyler Martin, who is chasing down Austin Townsend right now.
I will say though, sorry to interrupt, but last lap Martin actually did a 32.9, and Townsend did a 32.7. So he's actually got like a tenth and a half. Townsend does faster. Let's see what he's able to pull off. Both of them are able to pull off on this lap.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, Townsend puts down a 134.192. So he lost 2 seconds on that last lap. That has to be a lot of where that gap came up. And Martin puts down a 132.6. So he's being quite consistent up there at the front.
Yeah, Polly, I believe that's your name. If I'm messing it up, sorry. But yeah, you just joined, and yes, Townsend is actually making the massive undercut. But he was in P4, if I remember right. He was stuck behind Kevin Nepal's, and he went straight into the pit in, I think, lap number 3, or after like 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, he dove into the pits, and right now, that is going to be our main battle that we're looking at. So yeah, it's going to be big.
In about another 4 minutes here, you should probably start seeing some of the drivers pit, especially towards the back of the pack. The drivers towards the front will probably hold on a little bit longer, but as we go through that pit window of, let's say, 35 minutes left to go to even down to 20 minutes left to go, we're going to see if that gamble pays off for Townsend.
Brian Banks here going in on Mr. Mike Heisner in front of him, trying to get P8 away from him as they go through turn number 6 here. Nieto or nephew is what that turn is called, and then Afición in turn number 7. That nephew, gap dropping down. Yeah, nephew. Nieto is nephew in Spanish, but I'm not sure if that's how they spelled it, or I'm just not reading it right. Riley says, let's see what happens. Would love for it to pay off. Yeah, it would be cool if it did pay off, but that is a big gamble. Big gamble.
It is right now. We're I'm interested to know if we simply missed something. Did he go off track? Did he hit something?
No, it was a traffic.
Well, right. It probably was, but I'm just saying.
Overtaking.
Did we miss something?
I think we did.
We might have, it might have been traffic. It might have been him saying, hey, I'm going for a big gamble undercut here. Or we simply might have missed him going off track and having some damage. I have no idea.
That too. Because right now his last lap was 133.282. So he's down on time.
Falling back pace hard, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that wasn't the strategy, because the 716 has just put down a 132.645, but it's still wow.
Here they come on again. Let's see what happens as we come down the straight.
So for Austin Townsend, he puts down a 133.3, and then for Tyler, he puts down a 32.8,
which is only 2 tenths off his last. He's been at that 132.6 for several laps now.
Yeah, look at that. It's getting closer and closer and closer on that map.
I mean, Townsend, maybe he's just losing focus, because I don't think he could have burned. He went in for his pit with at 48 minutes to go. We're only at 36. I don't think he could have burned through his tires in 12 minutes, do you? Not in the dark.
Maybe he's saving it? Higher TC makes you go slower, and then you save tires, and then at the end you turn it up and just go full bore?
I just don't know. But it's definitely interesting. Something to ponder here for everybody. For our friends in the chat, give us your guess. I'm interested to see what some of the outside opinions are. Right?
Yeah. And right now we're on board with Thomas Reg. He's currently in P5, trying to take away P4 from Mr. Koval up ahead. He's 0.8 behind as he comes through turn 8 now.
Hey, while we weren't paying attention, or at least I wasn't, Reg is up 1 position in 5th.
Yeah.
He's not top silver driver there.
No.
Look at that. Okay, and what was that? Just to refresh my memory and that for the viewers. Thomas Reg is 1st in the silver class, fighting for his championship tonight. He is 23 points ahead of Stephen Pellerin. Thomas Reg simply has to be position P5 or higher, and Pellerin must win and have Reg be 6th or lower. And right now, Reg is in 5th, and Pellerin has worked his way up to 10th. So we still have a little bit of a battle there. Pit strategy could come into it, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Dang, so Thomas Reg's got to have a P5 or higher to secure it, and then Pellerin, he has to win, and Reg has to finish P6 or lower. That's crazy.
And from the chat here, Riley Greer thinks that Townsend is conserving those tires for the end.
See, I thought that might have been But I don't know, man, because he busted out a really fast
possible.
lap earlier.
Yeah, it's all possible.
Right now, Brian Banks in P9 chasing down Jeff Thompson as they come through turn number 3 and 4. 0.5 behind. And taking a look at that triangle and that circle, this triangle 716 and 210, it looks to be stable right now. It doesn't look to be closing down anymore or opening up anymore either. So,
I just want to say Thompson there in 921.
believe, tap the believe sign.
Thompson is up 13 positions today, so that's pretty much driver of the day status.
Yeah. Oh yeah, positions gained. Actually, thank you for reminding me of that. So Michael McWeezerson's up 9. Biggest loser, Austin Townsend with 11. Well, because he pit, but besides him, it's Alex Stopa. Alex Stopa with 6. But Michael McWeezerson, go on board with him. Give him some love. He's in P6 right now.
You know who's also doing great is D. Ferrer. He was down 17 positions after the incident on lap 2, and he's now only down 6 positions. So that he's been fighting back.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Coming
so
I got right now looks like.
Yeah, I got some numbers for you. Tyler Martin. And where is he? Austin Townsend, some times to get you by right now. So their last lap, Austin did a 133.465 and Tyler did a 133.282. Where Tyler is faster is in sector 1 and sector number 3. So sector 1 and 3, Tyler Martin is faster. But let's go on to Brian Banks. Sorry for keeping it there. I was messing around with the timing board and forgot that you guys were in the pit. Go back to Thomas Regg as we see him battling it out there with Mr. Yaro Koval and Michael McWeezerson. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Thomas Regg is ahead of Michael McWeezerson about 24 seconds right now. Michael McWeezerson into the pit. That promotes Jeff Thompson, Brian Banks up into P6 and P7. And then Austin Townsend's up into P12 right now. The 210 of Austin Townsend chasing down Roger Dismutes in P11, who is 2.3 ahead of him. So let's go on board with him and see how far out he is. Oh yeah, he's right there. He's in striking distance now.
Yes, he is. Yeah, as you can see there by the kind of orange with the 1 and the green, almost half the field has pit at this point as we are halfway through the race, coming up to 30 minutes left. But that's pretty normal. Oh, and we got a couple more come up for the pit, so just more than half have pit at this place at this time. And as you would expect, the drivers towards the front right now being 1st through 7th position.
Guess who's in the pit?
Guess who's in the pit, right as I call it. But most of them were staying out, so we'll see. Yeah, so Martin's in, Transu's in. Okay, so they teammates came in together.
So this is the fight that we were looking to see. Right now, Austin Townsend is going around turn 7, and Tyler Martin in P5 right now is still in the pit. So we will take a look to see when he gets out of there. I will put it back, and Tyler Martin is now getting out of there. No, he has not dropped yet. He's still there. Nope, Tyler Martin's out. He's going out. And where is
Transu just came off the blocks and is starting to come out of the pit. Did Austin make it? No. Oh,
it's too far back.
He is quite a bit far back. Yeah, just coming around Curva Campos right now, as both Transu and Martin are already back out on track, having completed their pit.
But they're on cold tires.
They are. Austin pushes right now. He's got a chance to at least, narrow the gap.
Okay, so the 210 in the red dot there on the map is Austin Townsend. The 216, the car ahead of him, who's going through turn number 5 right now, as you see on the map, that's who he's chasing down. That is the gap right now. It is 15 seconds right now. So it's 15 seconds away from Shane Transu, and then another 12 to Tyler Martin. So you're looking at about almost 30 seconds to Tyler Martin from where Austin Townsend's at right now.
I'm seeing this though, right? See where Martin's at in 5th and Townsend in 7th?
Yeah.
Right? There's only a 7-point gap between the two. That gap narrows the further they are down the run. All Austin has to do... Well, wait a minute. Actually, no, we're talking Martin and Transu. I'm thinking this completely wrong because it's Townsend who's fighting with Transu. Right now, where Townsend is sitting, even being 15 seconds behind, he's still... I believe he's got the championship if he can pull this off right here. Transu has to be ahead of him by at least one more position. So,
by 8 points.
Even though Transu is 11 seconds behind Martin, if Martin were to say, let Transu pass, Transu's got the championship. And what, Martin just went up to second here? What did I miss?
Yeah, Tyler Martin's up into second now. Everybody else is pitting. Kevin DePaul's, Yaro Koval, Thomas Regg, they're all into the pit right now.
Okay, as they were pitting, things were changing around a bit. I see it now. Where I hadn't caught that before. I guess the timing chart hadn't updated. So no, this is a completely different story, with Transu being in 3rd and Townsend being in 6th. Townsend needs to pass Koval and Naples in order to be able to keep the championship.
Yep.
26 minutes to do it.
What's Transu's pace is what Riley asked. Transu's pace is at right now a 132.897. That was the best lap that Transu did, but their last lap, which is coming around right now, is going to be a 132.4. Yeah, 132.4 is what Shane Transu just did.
Austin Townsend is a full second behind that on his last lap right now, but he does appear to be in traffic.
I wanted to look at points real quick. Where is the scoring thingy-mabobber?
Oh, good luck. I always have such a hard time finding that.
I know, I do too. Yeah. I find it every now and again, and then like it just goes away, and like I forget where it was.
If I start about a half hour before the stream, I might find it.
Maybe it's under rules and reds. I don't know. League information, maybe? No. Oh, you know what? It's in the Discord. That's where it's at. If I remember right. I probably don't, but whatever.
Oh.
Okay, so anyways, I'm done looking for it. I was just, where was it?
I found it. I just remembered that I actually saved it as a link. Okay, so what are you trying to figure out?
So right now, Shane Transu's second, right?
Okay.
Oh, if Townsend comes
second
in third,
is 100. Yep.
What's the point difference between second and third?
8 points.
So that's it. So then that's all it is.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Townsend is on stream in traffic right now, Riley. We did that way before you asked, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's been trying to get around Cobalt now for a while, and it's been honestly, I think it's been slowing him up a little bit. Although looks like last lap Townsend did put down a 133.1, and Transu put down
and guess what happens?
133.4. Yeah, Townsend's got to get past Koval.
And look who's behind. Look who's behind Townsend.
Reg.
That is a Reg, and he's on fresher tires than Townsend. I think Townsend made a tactical mistake.
Well, Reg's battle is with Pellerin down in 11th.
He don't care. He wants a spot.
Right? Yeah, like, get out of my way. I gotta check you out. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But I'm just saying, like, he can hang there. That I know we've been focusing a lot on the battle for the gold there, but for car we're watching right now, 722 Reg, he is fighting for the silver championship, and then with Pellerin, car number 164, who happens to be down in 11th position right now. They're separated by quite a little bit. Let's see here. 6th place and 11th. 6th gets 76 points, 11 gets 57.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Right, so you're talking about 19 points there, right?
Yeah, something around that area. I don't have my calculator out right now, so I'm just gonna agree with you.
Yeah, and well, I'm just saying, Reg has a 23 point lead, so
yeah. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. So then he'd still win if it's 19.
Pellerin would have to be 23 points ahead of Reg.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, so
division, not subtraction.
That's right. He's just got to hang on right now. Completely different from Transu and Townsend, who Townsend came into this race in first, and Transu in second by a mere 7 points.
And then we got Jeff Thompson, who's behind Mike Heisner as well. He was closing down the gap, and now the gap has opened up. Townsend is dropping back from Koval, and now he's back down to 1.3, and he is in the clutches of Thomas Reg. I think Thomas Reg can see this happening, and I think he's going to want to take it away from Townsend.
Yeah, of course he's going to try to go for it. Would you want to risk it though right now?
I would just to take a position. Why not?
Well, because you're
don't care. It's a position.
All right, racers, watch out. If you got Henry behind you, he's going for it no matter what.
Nope.
I might be a little more pragmatic about it and say, hey, like, what's one position versus a championship? I'd just be hanging out back there and watching and making sure that Pellerin isn't catching up on me. That'd be the only big difference.
Obviously, I wouldn't push it, but I'm like, if the opportunity's there, then I'm gonna take it. But obviously, like, it's the same thing. It's like, it's right there, It's like, oh, hey, I'm right here. I pitted early, and you have fresher tires, and yeah.
I am not saying that, if Townsend happened to make a mistake and I was Reg, that I would pull off to the side and be like, hey, buddy, want your spot back? No, you're going to keep going. I totally get it. But on the other hand,
securing it.
Well, you don't know if Reg has been looking at the board and knows what Townsend is fighting for, because there's another thing right there. You'd hate to screw up his race as he's really fighting to try to get up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah. Our good friend Cube Master in the chat, one of our fellow commentators, is asking, if Transu holds position, where does Townsend need to finish to win? Well, I don't know if we answered that before, but I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we tie this off just for everybody viewing. basically first, where Transu was only 7 points behind Townsend. Transu is now in second, which gets 100 points, and third place gets 92 points at a gap of 8. So he's got to beat him. And right now with Townsend in fifth, that's 20 points back if they finish the way they do, the way they're looking right now.
And what you just saw was Cesare in P12 take away P11 from Stephen Pellerin, and now Jeff Thompson's under attack, or Jeff Thompson is attacking Mike Heisner right now and trying to take away P9 from him. He's already in the top 10, but doesn't matter. He wants it. He wants it now. And Thomas Reg is now down to a second behind Austin Townsend. Austin Townsend, the gap between him and Yarrow is 2.8. So that gap has opened up now even more. Let's go take a look at how that is going on between Thomas Reg and Austin Townsend.
He's just hanging out back there.
Yeah, I think so.
He says, you know what? I'm just going to follow your line all the way to the start finish. I don't blame him.
Ramon Lorenzo's got a yellow. Something happened to him. I think he went off track a second ago. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, there you go.
Little wiggly.
Little wiggly. Wiggly.
Wiggly piggy right there.
And now we go to Jeff Thompson, who's still trying to get around Mike Heisner. Mike Heisner being a formidable enemy here. Look at that glow of the exhaust on that Beamer. Bimmer.
Say it right. You know, jeez. Well, yeah. For those who may not know, right, the BMW motorcycles are Beamers. The vehicles are Bimmers.
Bimmers.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even know if anybody but real BMW people say that anymore.
I don't.
Yeah, Beamer.
Yeah, everybody just says Beamer now. Champion Motorsports. Jeff Thompson in P10 is still trying to get around Mike Heisner. As we go on board Mike Heisner, we're going to take a look back at that rear view camera on the wing here, or spoiler. Whoa, that was a very crazy line that he took there. I don't know if he was trying to dummy it or something, or maybe he just got a little squirrely.
I think he probably just got a little squirrely there and went wide.
Look at how close he brings it. Oh, man.
Oh, going through turn one so fast. Got to go wide.
And can he get it done? Whoa!
Oh. Good control from Thompson there to not hit Heisner. You know, that's how it is with these cars sometimes, that same exact track, same exact conditions, different braking points. And that can cause these kind of situations where you got to watch that car in front, and you start timing your brake points to them, maybe not necessarily to what you got to do fast, waiting for your gaps. Because if you tap them, it's not going to be a bumper thumper. Isn't going to be a good day for anybody.
Ramon Lorenzo was down to about 0.3 on Brian Banks, and it looks to be that they've been fighting ever since they got out of the pits. They fought before they got into the pits, and they're still fighting after the pits. So this is for P13. He's 0.8 right now behind. And then let us go take a look. With 15 minutes left to go in the race, let's go up and down the field and let's take a look at everybody, see how everybody's doing. Right now, Tyler Martin is in P1. Behind him is Shane Transu in Chuck Leclerc Racing. Then we got Kevin DePauls in that BMW, the 904 of Champion Motorsports. Yaro Koval is in the number 966 Porsche. He's in 4th place. Austin Townsend in 5th in Ruxy. Closely behind him is Thomas Reg And then in 6th, and then in 7th, we got Michael McWeezerson in the Aston. In 8th, we have Simon Barnes. In 9th, Mike Heisner. Jeff Thompson's in P10. P11 is Cesare. P12 is Steven Pellerin. And then Brian Banks is P13. Ramon Lorenzo is in 14th. Corey Mummery is in 15th. 16th is Dario Ferrer, TC8. And then we have Sergio Lindo in P17. 18 is Roger Dismukes. 19 is Richard Mack. And our last person in P20 is Alex Stopa. Let's get back to Thomas Reg.
You know, calling that out as you're going down the list, Ferrer being in 16th and back down 11 positions, he must have had another off track that we simply missed, because he had fought his way back up to only being 6 points down. On the opposite end of that, Thompson and Pinkowitz. Thompson is now up 12 positions into the top 10, and Pinkowitz is up 11 positions. If I'm not mistaken, both of them, Thompson in 921 and Pinkowitz in 205, were our pit lane starts.
Okay, no, Thompson was in P15. He qualified P15, and Pinkowitz qualified P22. So
No,
Pinkowitz is up.
Are you sure? Looking at this,
Yeah.
it says grid Thompson and Pinkowitz 21 and 22. I swore those were our pit lane starts.
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, because I was
Where are you looking, sir? Because
on statistics.
I don't know. Then usually my little thingy's right.
So
But
trust
who
the
knows?
numbers. Trust the numbers.
But my numbers say something different.
And hey, for anybody watching, that's what statistics is all about. My numbers are different.
I hate statistics.
Yeah, you can make numbers do anything.
That is true. Oh, you know what? Now I know where to get it.
You know, who are we looking at here? We're looking at Reg, who's still in 6th behind Townsend. He just kind of put it on cruise control. He's been hanging out back there now for 10 minutes plus, I think.
Yeah, on the official thing, it says for SRA, the official qualifying results, it says Jeff Thompson qualified 16th.
Interesting. Race control says 21st.
So weird.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe he like forgot to hit drive or something, but he qualified 16th. Who knows?
Well, remember those were our two that looked like they might have had quali bands.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We weren't sure if they were quali bands or they were pit starts, and at the beginning of the race, I saw the two of them in the pits, so I'm thinking they were pit starts. So
Correct.
Kind of why I was, believing the numbers from race control here with 21st and 22nd. But hey, there are more important things to pay attention to than us numbers, and that is racing. And once again, Reg just kind of hanging out there. At this point, we're coming down to 10 minutes left to go. Townsend has been losing time to Caval in 4th, now an 18-second gap. I think unless something drastic happens, this one's pretty much in the bag for Martin and Transu.
I believe so. I believe that is true. 15-second lead up ahead in P1 right now. P1 Tyler Martin. He's 15 seconds ahead Shane Transu. And then in P3, you got Kevin DePauls, who's 3 seconds behind Shane. And he looks to be dropping that gap. He was at 3.2, now down to 2.0, 2.1. So maybe.
Yeah.
What if Shane loses P2 and comes into P3?
That's still I don't think going to be enough numbers.
No.
Something would have to. Well, let's not commentator curse it, but Townsend, really, I mean, he has made a valiant drive today and really worked hard to be able to come back up. He either went for a strong undercut or, you know, said, hey, I'm going to get out in some free air, or, you know, a combination of those things, but not all gambles pay off, unfortunately.
What's the point difference between 4th and 9th place as booster?
4th and 9th place. Well,
yeah.
4th is 85 points and 9th is 64 points. So you're looking at a 21-point difference.
There you go, booster. 21 points.
Thanks for asking the question. We like interacting with our people in the chat there. Thanks for being here tonight, watching this race.
Heck yeah. All right, Kevin DePaul's down, brings it down to 1 second now. He's charging it up there. Shane Transu now dropping back. Kevin DePaul's did a 131.830, or no, 132.1 was his last lap, and Shane's was 132.7. So if Kevin can keep this up, there'll be a fight coming. It's brewing. Get up there, Kevin.
It's also pretty unnecessary.
Oh, to fight?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just thinking of this for Transu. Like, if it were me, I'd be a little bit worried seeing him back there going, all right, man, I know you're on my tail. I know you can probably, you know,
take me.
But fighting right now is like the last thing that I would be wanting to do. If he was up on me wanting to push the, like, you know,
you would let him by?
just wide there, I would let him by. Because points-wise, you're still going to get it, right? And be like, you know what, buddy? Take it.
Yep. That's what I would do.
I don't want the stress. I just want the championship.
Yeah, exactly. I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, because
I don't feel like doing this.
yeah, and Naples might not know. He might not know that you know, Transu is trying to hold on for a championship right now. And
But also,
I'm all falling there. It's just.
What if Transu doesn't want to let him go? Let him go. Oh no!
Be the bigger driver. Go ahead. Yeah, take that second place because I'm taking first on the championship. That's what I'd be thinking. But I mean, racing's racing. I get it. Yeah. You see a car in front of you, you want to pass it.
That's if we were in Kevin DePaul's position, but if we were in Shane Transu's position, I would be giving it up. Yep, I'd be giving up because I'm still winning. There's no point. As long as I'm in front of Austin Townsend, who really cares?
Right. The difference between second and fifth point wise.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, he doesn't have the sheet in front of him here, but he's got to know that, you know, I'm looking at it right now, and that would be a 12-point difference, which would be enough. But what happened?
Thomas Reg is 0.4 behind Austin Townsend, and then Kevin DePaul is 0.2 behind Shane Transu. So 2 fights going on here that we're going to be looking forward to. Kevin DePaul is getting closer. So the 904 of Kevin DePaul is chasing down the 216 of Shane Transu, and the 722 of Thomas Reg is chasing down Austin Townsend in the 210. So who's going to make the move first? Who's going to make the overtake? It seems like Kevin DePaul is getting closer and closer. They go through turn 6 and now to the back straight. And then here comes Thomas Reg as well on Austin Townsend behind pretty much the same time. They're coming through turn 3 and 4. They're not too far behind. Kevin DePaul's again. It just,
Look at all this drama we have here at the end.
5 minutes left to go.
5 minutes left. Come on, guys. Just bring it home safe. Bring it home safe.
And as we go on board the rear wing of Shane Transu, we'll take a look at that Beamer as they come through turn 14. And oh man!
Oh, buddy. Right?
Does that happen?
I'd be seeing that in my rear view. Yep, I'd be making the call right now. Just there you go. Bye bye. And you know what? That's exactly what he's doing.
Yup, he said, no, thank you. Please take it.
No,
but is that an
thank you.
overtake off the track, though? It is, and he gives it back.
No, please.
Just to take it again.
Oh. Well, you know, he tried to say, hey, go ahead. And then, yeah. Well, why are you flashing? He's flashing him. Why?
He's saying, you have it back. You're welcome.
Oh, boy.
But Kevin Paul's doing everything he can. And Thomas Reg is no longer a threat to Austin Townsend because he's dropped back 1.3 now.
Let's see that.
But take a look at this. Shane Transu and Kevin Nepal's going at it right now.
And they don't even have to.
They don't have to.
Oh, this is
Shane could. I think Shane did the smart thing and like let him through, but I think Kevin Nepal's couldn't hold it and kind of just went off track. And he says bye. There goes Kevin Nepal's.
Same thing. Let him go. Yeah, that's good. That is a smart call right there, because I think this might be the most edgier seat racing action that we've had in all of season 13 in Division 5, at least that I can think of.
Kevin got him easy, says Paulie. I don't know if it was easy.
Yeah. I think he was just playing smart there.
Yep. So now Shane Transu is in third place. Behind him is Yarl Koval at 21 seconds with 3 minutes left to go. Austin Townsend is in fifth, and Thomas Reg is wanting to take it. He smells blood. He wants it. These are currently your closest battles besides Cesare Pinkowitz in 11th place right now, trying to take away P10. He's trying to get himself up into the top 10 positions, trying to take it away from Mike Heisner. And then further back, we got Roger Dismuke slowing down. Not sure what happened to him, but we went from 22 drivers or 23 drivers today to now 19.
And you know, Henry, I just realized that we may have forgotten something. Kevin Naples was 33 points behind. He's in third place for the championship. So for him, he has to win. He has to win and hope Townsend finishes P7 or lower, right? So he's got to know that and see. That's why he's got to see Townsend back there. What he doesn't know is only being in second in front of Transu in third is only worth 8 points. So I still don't know. I have to do the math here. Transu or Naples might be fighting for second place overall, but it still might not be enough. That's why he was fighting for it.
So Naples has got 463, Transu's got 489, Townsend's got 496.
Yep.
So then would he? No. So he'd still be third place now. Even like if they finish right now, the way it is, Austin Townsend in fifth, Kevin Nepal's in second. Does he have enough to overtake Austin for second place?
Well, I'm going to have to do the math here probably while we're doing interviews, because right now we got 30 seconds left to go in the race.
Yeah. We're on board Tyler Martin right now, coming through turn 13 and 14. He's got 30 seconds left to go to get to that start-finish straight to start another lap, and I believe he's going to have enough time to where we're going to have one more lap of this race. Tyler Martin didn't put a foot wrong all day today. Qualified P1 and then took the race in his hands and got out to a really good lead, and then just never looked back after that. As he comes through turn one, he's starting the last lap now. Pinkowitz in P11 is 0.4 behind Heisner, but still nothing there. Let's see where Townsend's at. Townsend's 4.6 behind Koval. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to reach Koval. Koval is just now coming through the start-finish straight. He's 4.4 behind. Not sure if anything's going to happen. Shane Transu is 1.6 behind Kevin Appals now. Kevin Appals seems to be dropping back, I think. But then let's go back to the 716 of Tyler Martin. Coming through turn 10 and 11 here. Pretty hard turns here, and then up into turn 12. Quick stab at the brakes and turn to the right or left? Right. Ramon Lorenzo 0.8 behind in 15th. He's behind Corey Mummery, but trying to do some work here. Maybe take away P14 away from him. And now as we come through turn 14 for Tyler Martin, he's gonna be your race winner. Go ahead and swerve it, buddy. Flash some flashes. You got P1, your race winner for D5 round 8 Valencia, Tyler Martin. And then coming in P2, we got Kevin Appals, and Shane Transu is closely behind him too. There you go. Kevin Appals in second, Shane Transu in third, Yaro Cavals in fourth place right now as he's coming around turn 13. The 122 and the 968 have passed the finish line as well. That was Dario Ferrer and Sergio Lindo. They finished their race. The 966 finishes in fourth. In fifth place, we got Austin Townsend, who made a bet and did not get it. And then Thomas Reg is in P6. And then Michael McWeezerson in P7 there. Flash them flashers, buddy.
Season is over. You made it. Now,
yes, sir. Simon Barnes in P8 coming up now. Then
as there's, yep, as it's starting to, people are starting to exit, so the numbers are changing. So, are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Reg just took the D5 season 13 season championship with his finish today. I believe he finished 6th, correct?
Yeah.
For the gold drivers.
Give me 1 second. All right, go ahead. We just had to change the scenes real quick for you.
Yeah, yep. For the gold drivers, in third place was Naples with 563 points. In second place, Townsend with 576, which means Transu just took the gold championship with 581 points. Now, though that is unofficial, of course, but that's the math that I've got here. You're speechless. Did I lose you, Henry?
Yeah, I think you did, because I had the thingy on mute again and I was talking and I was like, oh man, so cool.
I just figured you were speechless. You were going, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I was, and it wasn't on the thingy, and yeah.
So there you go. There are your provisional numbers that I have.
Yeah,
just doing the math here. So looks like Transu was able to pull it off.
At the end there, while you were giving out numbers, Pankowitz ended up taking P10 away from Mike Heisner. So he's up into the top 10. So as they finished, it was Tyler Martin in first, Kevin Appals in second, third was Shane Transu, fourth was Yaro Koval, fifth is Austin Townsend, Thomas Reg came in sixth, Michael McWeezerson in seventh, Simon Barnes in eighth, ninth was Jeff Thompson, Pankowitz in P10, 11th was Mike Heisner, 12th was Stephen Pellerin, 13th was Brian Banks, Corey Mummery was 14th, 15th was Ramon Lorenzo, and then 16th was Dario Ferrer, 17th was Sergio Lindo, 18th was Roger Dismukes, and in 19th place, Richard Mack. And that is how they finished today at Valencia. Now let's get some interviews going. Let's find a couple people.
Who are you going to go for first? Race winner?
I was thinking P3 all the way up to P1.
Oh, okay. Just remember, you got your championship winners to talk to too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shane Transu's P3. That's right. Yeah. Let's go with Tyler Martin first. Let's go with P1 today. Let's steal him. Oh wait, is he?
Is he not in chat? He's already
let's
so
go with
excited.
Kevin. No, he's got his microphone silenced, so I'm going to take Kevin Nepal's, whose microphone is not silenced. So let's take him first. Let me move him to our Bamses. Kevin Nepal's or Naples. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you doing? You
Oh, pretty good.
just pulled off a hell of a race there. We were doing the math, and that keeps you in third place for the championship, which is still.
Does it really? I expected I was still getting knocked out with him getting P1. I didn't know the math on that, but that's exciting to hear.
Well, let's see here. I guess I didn't do the math for
Tyler Martin.
for Martin. Okay, yeah, let me do that math real quick. So I
Well,
hope
he
I
does
just didn't
that.
get there.
Well, he does
hope I
that. I'll
didn't
ask you a
just
couple
get your
questions.
hopes up there. Oh, I'd feel bad.
Oh no.
No, that's all right. I figured he was only 22 or something points back from me, and with the P1, I don't know what the bonus is for winning a race. I don't know the math, but I
And
already
the
kind of
fastest
went into
lap.
this race and I came into this race pretty much knowing I was getting knocked out of P3 unless something happened to Martin. But
So we saw you chasing down Shane Transu at the last part there. Were you at all like nervous at all for that overtake, or?
well, so I actually meant to fake it, and I missed my braking zone, so I pushed us both wide on turn one, and I immediately gave the position back. He started flashing his lights at me. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. So I gave the position back, and then I was on his butt for probably the next 2 laps or maybe 1.5 lap, and maybe he just was afraid I was accidentally gonna do something stupid again, but he just let me go by. So I was really surprised by that, but I didn't end up I didn't pass him from skill. He actually pulled over and let me go by.
Ah, okay. And then today in the race, I know you pitted pretty much like at the halfway mark, but did you come in thinking that that's what you were going to do, or did you change up the strategy at all?
I always, on tracks that are kind of cheese graters on these tires, I try to go at least one lap past the halfway mark, especially if I'm in a fighting chance to get a position back. I knew after about lap 10 that I was faster than Transu, but I had eaten up my tires really early on trying to fight him at the very beginning of the race. He kind of got off to a slow start, and we were kind of having a battle for the first probably 5 laps or so, and I ate up my tires trying to get past him. So at about lap 10, I decided to kind of settle down and save him as much as I could, so that way I could go a little bit past the 30-minute mark, and that way I would have even that much, fresher tires at the end of the second stint to work with towards the end of the race. I knew I was faster than him. I just didn't know if I was going to be able to catch him in time. And certainly after all that work that I'd put in on the first couple laps trying to get past him, I knew passing on this track was going to be very difficult.
That first lap that you guys were doing, you had ended up getting a position on him on Austin Townsend. Was that on accident as well, or was that just an opportunity that opened up and you just took it?
I believe, dude, it's all kind of in the moment, but if I remember correctly, I saw him kind of get off to a slow start there.
Yep.
And I kind of was gaining on him. So, but then I saw somebody come up on my inside, and I was like, I don't want to risk this going 3 wide in turn 1. So I actually kind of backed off. And if I remember correctly, whoever was on my inside pushed Townsend a little wide, and I was able to get by Townsend and settle in behind Transu, if I remember the events correctly, but I could be wrong.
Nice. I think that was correct. I think it did happen the way that you just described it now. And then
So if I can interject for a second to try to redeem my sketchy numbers before, without further ado, Martin had 445 points coming into this race. Yep, 445, and with a win, he got 110 points, putting him at 555. You had 463 coming into this race, and with second place of 100 points, that puts you at 563, so you did take third for the championship.
What? Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Dude, that is exciting.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
By 8 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Unofficially.
Thank you.
Unofficially, yeah, right. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Trust Al Latufo's math on the server versus mine, but yeah.
Well,
Dude, that is
that's
legit.
exciting. Transu deserved that second place. I don't know why he gave it up. I was struggling to pass him, so he pulled off and let me go by. I don't know what the points would have been if I'd gotten third, but that's really kind of where I deserved to be. I couldn't get by him.
We came up with a theory on that. It was he was being chased down by Townsend. He was already up like 2 positions on that, so as long as he finished ahead of him, it didn't really matter, right? So what's
Right.
1 place compared to 2? So instead of fighting you and like missing out or an accident happening, why don't I just let you on by? I'm still going to
That's
be
what
Townsend.
I figured. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Just
figured
let
he
him
probably
go.
was like,
Yeah.
all right, this guy really wants it, and it doesn't really change anything for me. So
Yep.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what we were betting on. That's what it looked like. That's where I was headed with this, because I'm like, no, just let him go.
Yeah, and then the other question I had for you before I pass it on to Matt to ask you some more questions is, what is your favorite moment out of this whole season?
oh gosh, probably my first the first podium at oh shoot, what was that track? I'm drawing a blank now, but it was probably no, it was not Zolder. I'm drawing a blank, but
Was it before the break or after the break? Actually, you know what?
standby.
Mm,
I believe it was Mazzano.
all right. Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. And then Matt, your turn, buddy.
My questions are simple because you already asked a bunch of great ones. I'm just going to ask, what was your most favorite track this season?
That's a tricky one.
Off the cuff, you got to decide.
Well, Watkins Glen is always my favorite track. Or sorry, not Watkins Glen. Sorry, Nürburgring, the Grand Prix. Sorry, I just threw a loop there. I'm sorry.
I like both those tracks, but I get it. Yeah.
I've probably put between all the different racing games growing up, man. I've put I can't count how many countless thousands of hours lapping both the Grand Prix and the Nordschleife. So I mean that's a special track. It sucked that it was in the rain, but no, that's definitely, it's always going to be my favorite track.
Okay, and I'm not going to ask what your worst or least favorite is, but I will ask which one was the most difficult for you.
Well, I really struggled last week at Alton Park. I enjoyed the track. It was a lot of fun once I figured it out, but man, I just had a lot of unfortunate. I don't know how I climbed back out and still got P7 at the end of that, but lap 2, I was behind, I think Transu again, and it was that sweeping left-hander, the really fast one. You just kind of tap on your brakes before the hairpin. And I was on the same line as him. I had the same break point as him, but I guess I was so close that I just did not have any arrow, and he went left and I went straight. and then when you go off there at that track at that hairpin, you're pretty much screwed. You have to wait for the whole
Pack to go by.
pack to go by to rejoin. So I rejoined last and then made my way all the way back up to somewhere in the top 10. And my shifter did not register shifting down into first. So when I hit the pit limiter button, it didn't put me on pit limiter. So I ended up speeding in pit road entry, and then had to serve a drive-through, which threw me back pretty far, and then I had to climb my way back out. I don't know how I got P7, but that track was a struggle for me. I just had a bad week there, but I enjoyed the track. That was not a good race.
Some races are definitely like that. And you know what? I did think of one last question, and that is, we going to see you back for season 14?
I don't know if I'll come back right away. I might need a little bit of a break.
You're going to get a couple weeks of break, a month of break.
Dude, this was a lot of fun, and I will definitely be back. I don't know if I'll come back right away this next season, but I'll certainly be giving it some thought. I've had nothing but fun doing this. It's mostly just the commitment thing of just being able to dedicate enough time to, keep practicing, week in and week out. Got plenty of other hobbies that I like to do, and it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I just don't know if I can do it back to back like that. I might need a little bit of a break, and then I'll definitely be back. There's no question there. I've had way too much fun.
That is the way it goes. I mean, I started the season as well and didn't finish. It does happen like that sometimes, and sometimes it's good to take a season off, but SRA will be here, even if you decide to take that season off. And just congratulations on second place today and on third place overall, and we'll see you back on track when you come back.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. I just want to give a quick shout out to my teammate Jeff Thompson. I knew nothing about SRA and just happened to pick him on a whim in the searching for a teammate thing, and we settled on this car, and then he's been nothing but the biggest help in explaining all this stuff and getting me settled in and helping me out with tuning setups and strategies. And I mean, this was all new to me. I mean, I knew how to drive a car quick, but I didn't know anything about racing with strategies and any of that kind of stuff. So that was nothing but a big help. He's been a blessing as a teammate, and I'm excited that we obviously, it looks like we're going to take P3 for the team standings too, which is just absolutely incredible. And thank you to Champion Motorsports for taking us in and providing us with two sick liveries. I don't know if it got the attention it deserved, but I enjoyed them. They looked pretty sick out there on the track, and I certainly enjoyed driving in this car, and they've been a big help too with tuning setups and advice and help too. So this has just been insane. It's been an incredible ride. So appreciate everything, guys.
So I guess I got to sneak in one more question. Was this your first season with SRA?
Absolutely, first season.
Nice.
What a heck of a outcome for a first season, and getting in with a good teammate and a good team. That makes the difference. It really does. So, heck, we are glad to have you here and glad to have this result, and I'm sure we'll see more from you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Congratulations.
You too. Good night, guys.
Good night. All right, while he gets on out of here, we're going to go ahead and pick up somebody else. I believe we said we were going to get...
What do you think about that, Henry?
Tyler Martin? Oh, what?
I'm just saying, your first season with SRA comes in third in gold. That's pretty good.
That's pretty freaking insane, to be honest with you. That's like, yeah, that's a good time right there. Indeed. That's the great time. All right, let me get Tyler Martin in here. What do you think about it?
I think it's great. I mean, I had a similar situation my first season in SRA, although admittedly I was in D7. I was not in D4, but I managed to pull off the championship that first season, which was a great feeling.
Nice. That's always cool. Yeah, one day I'll get to do that. Let's get Tyler Martin in here. Tyler Martin's here.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? Congrats on your P1.
Thank you.
So it was a really good showing from you. You got off to a really great start there at the beginning. You just never put a foot wrong. You got into P1 in qualifying, and then you just took off from there. So tell us about it. How was the race today?
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward, honestly. It's kind of, I don't know what happened to me recently, but it almost mimicked Mount Panorama in Owen Park exactly, where I got pole, and then I ended up winning the race by 15, 20 seconds. So I'm not really too sure. I will say that I didn't do as many practice laps around Valencia as I did around the past couple tracks, so it was still a bit sketchy doing it at night. And then I had like 15 chicken wings for dinner, and I was really getting the I was getting like the chicken wing coma on like the first stint, just like cause I was by myself, just kind of pulling away from everybody. I was just kind of zoning out, and every once in a while I had to kind of slap myself and be like, wait, you're in a race, you can do this. But yeah, no, it was just kind of me by myself, unfortunately.
That can happen when you get out front like that and just start to run away with it. Went into the zone and never looked back.
That is true.
And chicken wings be damned.
You're on your own little island.
Yeah, maybe I should eat chicken wings before races more often.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
And then for strategy wise today, I know a lot of people were doing the halfway mark. Was that your plan? And then I know when you came in with your teammate. Was that already planned up ahead of time? Like, were you guys already going to do that?
Kinda, yeah. We both had pretty similar strategies. Honestly, I thought he went in the lap prior, and then we were in the voice chat together, and then I said, all right, I'm about to pit, and he said, I'm gonna follow you in, and I said, wait a minute, and you just pit last lap. And no, going a little bit later was definitely the plan. I honestly, if the tires were kind of holding on better than I thought they were going to, I was considering going a bit longer because I was still putting in like lower to mid 132s. But in the practice race yesterday, I pit decently early, maybe just a tiny bit before the halfway mark, and I came out surrounded by back markers, and that was a mistake. I lost so much time. So today I was like, you know what, if I got the clear track in front of me, I'm just gonna push it until the tires don't want to go anymore. So that, I think that ended up roughly working around the 30-minute mark we both came in.
So I know I think you had noticed that Townsend had pitted early because he ended up coming out in front of you after he came out of the pit.
Yes.
Were you guys talking about what kind of strategy you guys were going to pull off, like in case Townsend did like beat you guys into that early pit and did like a huge undercut? Like, were you guys going to end up trading positions at all?
No, I wasn't too. We weren't. I knew that Townsend, and the fact that I think Townsend ended up finishing fifth. He must have had a great comeback. Whenever I don't know if he had an incident or if he spun or if he just decided, he wanted to pit real early. I think going 45 plus minutes on the tires and that stint's a little ambitious. So I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah, no, I knew that Shane and Townsend had the title fights. They're at each other's points going into this race. So I honestly, whenever I got to the point where I was like 15 seconds ahead of everybody, I was just kind of watching slowing down a bit, just watching the deltas in the bottom left, just seeing where Shane was with everybody. I was like more invested in his race than I was with finishing first.
Nice. We were wondering if there was going to be some team play going on there, perhaps a pit at an opportune time, and maybe falling back a hair to hold off the rest of the pack. But that's not what we saw at all. You definitely cruised out front and said, I'm taking this.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily Shane is pretty cool with me doing that. He knew that I had the pace these past few races, so he's been like, hey, just go do your race. I'm gonna do what I can to finish P2, and that's just kind of how we've been playing it. So very curious to see where they finish points wise in the championship. I was P4 going into it, but the three people in front of me in the championship were Naples, Transu, and Townsend, which Naples finished second, Shane was third, and then Townsend was fourth or fifth. So I don't know if I'll end up jumping anybody, but yeah, I don't know. The other thing that I noticed was I had 3 track limit warnings by the 20-minute mark, unfortunately. So I was like, all right, time to back off the pace. So I was, for the last 20 minutes, I was just slowing down and cruising quite a bit.
I will say that for the points, in case you're interested, provisional, just doing the math, what we're looking at is you end up at 555 points for the season. which landed you in 4th overall. Naples ended up with a 563. Townsend ended up with a 576 in 2nd, and Transu did pull off the championship with 581 points.
Oh, wow. Let's hope that sticks.
Right, Al Lafuto's magic math on the back end of the servers will tell us for sure, but that is the provisional math that I have right now.
All right, well, very nice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, before you get on out of here, is there anything else you want to say before?
No, I don't think so. It's been a fun season. Been fun chatting with you guys, picking up started off with my first one in Mount Panorama, then I picked up the second one at Olden Park, and then 3 in a row today. So let's hope I can keep this kind of momentum going into next season, wherever we end up getting placed. But no, it's been fun. Thank you, guys.
No worries, buddy. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Later. And as he gets on out of here, we're going to get Shane Transu, who was our P3 in the race, but unofficial.
Unofficial.
Yeah, unofficial, but official, but it's unofficial, but it's official, because we have Shane Transu in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Fellas, how you doing?
Doing good.
We're pretty good. Probably not as good as you, but we're doing good.
Yeah. They just said we were just talking in the chat. They said the standings updated, and then it's official. So, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, because we were just doing I was doing the provisional math here, but yeah, glad to see. No more. It's official now. You are the Division 5 Season 13 Gold Champion.
Yeah. Thanks,
Congratulations.
guys.
5 points by 5 points.
5 points, buddy.
Jeez.
I wish it could feel better, because I know Austin and I had an incident last race, and that's never great, especially when it's that close. So
Did not know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be remiss to not mention that. So, sorry to Austin. Yeah, I was. It's my responsibility as the car behind last race. So, I will take it with a grain of salt. I had to come out and race today, but yeah, that definitely didn't help him out. So, sorry to Austin.
Well, that is racing. It does happen. Not that I'm saying you should.
No. Yeah, I just wanted to mention it. Wanted to mention that because Austin and I've gotten close over the season, and I know how much work he's put in as well. So
Austin's a great guy.
Wanted to mention that as well. So I would have been just as happy if he pulled it out as well. So just wanted to mention that.
Well, that's great to hear it. You still had a great race. Looked like practically flawless. How did the race feel to you?
Yeah, it was a good race. It was pretty clean. I did have some dumb track limit warnings there, and I ended up with 3. I got 2 on the last turn, which I didn't do, in practice or in the practice race at all. But then back in consecutive laps, I just went a little too far on the curb there on the coming out, trying to carry some speed, and got 2 dumb track limit warnings, and then got 1 more into T1, which is super easy to do here at Valencia. And then, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I was betting Henry at the beginning of the race that we were going to see plenty of stop-go 30s.
Yeah.
With, this track just the way it is, with handing out track limits. But I think we only saw 1 all race.
I think 2, maybe 2.
Was there 2?
It might have been 2, but I'm not sure.
It was definitely tough. I know, like, I had to really keep it in my head to not, those last 6 laps there with Kevin. Kevin and I raced all race, and he was super quick, had pace all race. He kind of nursed my tires a little bit in the first stint, was able to build a little gap, but then ruined it instantly by missing my pit stall a little bit. But came back out, and we kind of raced the whole second stint, and I eventually picked up that 3rd track limit warning. he was, you know, I was defending from him for what felt like forever, what felt like 8 to 10 laps. And then I was like, okay, I got to let him by because I knew it was close in the championship. And I was like, well, it's not going to be worth it if I get a drive through, but whether I finish second or third. So then he went for a move that didn't work out, or just missed his braking point, and we didn't touch, so it was fine. He let me back by, but I knew I was just holding him up, and we were slowing us both down by not letting him through. So let him through, and you know, live another day without a drive-through.
We happen to actually be watching that whole exchange that you just described there, and you know, saying, you know, does he let him through and just say, hey, you know what, bud, you can have the place. I want the championship. That's what would have been going through my mind. And when we saw him go out a little bit wide, you came back in, he flashed you a little bit, and then you traded places. So yeah, that was a very exciting to watch.
Yeah, good racing from him for sure.
So some of the questions that I'd asked some of the other people we talked to, I'll ask you the same thing, but I think one of them I already know is probably, as you mentioned, one of the down points would be incidents with Austin last week. But what was the toughest race for you this season?
Yeah, man, definitely Mount Panorama. I absolutely had my worst race. I had the pace and was doing pretty good in practice. Had, you know, what I thought was above D5 pace, and just, you know, they say the mountain bites, so that's what it did. And you know, I could have really put a gap in the championship there, but you know, that was really my first time as racing Mount Panorama and SRA, so it was fun. But yeah, that was one I wasn't too fond of.
Well, that was the difficult one. Now, yeah. Other than, of course, Valencia and securing that D5 Gold Championship, what would you say your favorite race was this season?
Yeah, it's hard to say because I didn't win a race all season, believe it or not. I had 5 P4s and then a P2 and a P3 now. And
this
then
goes to show that consistency counts, right?
Yep, my worst one was Mount Panorama P18. So yeah, you can't. It's I would say probably the most interesting was probably Zolder. Don't know, you guys probably remember that one, but Austin won that race and I came in second, so that was my first podium of the year, so that felt good. But yeah, I think this whole season was just a positive as a whole. I think D5 really pushed each other this year. It was, you know, we like kind of had the D5 pace at the beginning of the year, I would say, but I think you know, probably a good 15 drivers like really stepped up their pace as the season went up, and it got really competitive, you know, after division movements and everything. So it was just really fun. Everyone's getting really fast, and yeah, it's just fun to come race every week with these guys.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see who goes up in division with a gold championship win. You're almost guaranteed to go up at least. One division, if not two. You may find yourself in Division 3 silver. Time will tell in that. So be ready to keep pushing. That's for sure.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys streaming all year. It's so cool to watch the streams, you know, after sitting at work or whatever, and throw them on the streams. So appreciate what you guys do, and appreciate what all the admins do. I've been in other racing leagues in SRA, and they're nothing. They pale in comparison. It's organized. Everyone has, you know, everyone's here for a good time and a race. So competitive and fun at the same time. So thank you to you guys, and thanks to SRA.
Yeah, you know, this is a pretty good group. You know, made up of you know, great people. We have good racing here, and that's definitely what makes it fun. So sounds like we'll see you back next season. Do you have any last shout outs before I hand it back to Henry here to close us out?
Yeah, shout out to Tyler, my teammate. I think him and I qualified 1 and 2 the last 4 races, so I want to shout that out. That was pretty cool. And then shout out to him, I think winning 3 in a row, 4 in a row. So good job, Tyler. If he would have practiced at the beginning of the season, he'd probably be the champ, but here I am. So on to season 14.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Have a good night,
guys.
Good luck in your races. If you're Henry, I know you're racing, so good luck.
Yeah, tomorrow. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
I'll try to do good tomorrow, but I don't know how.
Yes,
good
sir.
I'm
I
gonna
think I got you in pick'em. Don't worry.
Yes.
I'll be
Don't worry. Spoiler.
I'll be commentating on that one too, so I'll be watching you, Henry.
Right on.
Oh
Good luck.
man, so much pressure.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, man. Congrats
All right,
on your
peace out.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Thanks again.
buddy. And that was Shane Transu, the king, the beast, the man, the legend of D5. So I think that's pretty much about it, man. We did the
We closing up?
sponsors.
Yeah.
We did the
We talked to the winners. Yeah. We did that. We watched a race. Yep.
we
We watched
did.
a race.
We talked some smack and we congratulated some people. Yeah, check.
We sure did. Check. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. So I guess that, that puts a lid on, season 13 for Division 5.
That's a freaking wrap. Season 13, Division 5. We're out of here, man. Thank you to everybody for watching in. And
Yes, thank you.
Thanks to the team. I just want to say thank you to Matt Anderson and Robert Lacey for being here and being with me this whole season. I know it's pretty
Thanks
tough.
Thanks to our commentating team, the people who put together the info for us.
Jay Queasy.
Jay Queasy. We got a pretty good support team there too, that allows us to do what we do so that the drivers can do what they do, right? Good
Yes,
times.
sir.
And thank you for having me in the booth with you, Henry. For the times I was able to be here this season. Good
Dude,
times.
We appreciate you coming here and being on the team, buddy. We will see you here next season. The spot is here and open for you. I know me and Robert
Absolutely.
are going to try to do it next season too. So if you want to be a part of our team again, you're more than welcome.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
You betcha.
I call dibs on Matt Anderson. Nobody can touch him. He's mine.
I float around too, but you got priority. Fair?
Yeah.
All right, bud.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. This was your last season finale of 13, last round season finale 13. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's get the heck out of here.
Lucky number 13, on to 14.
Yeah.